I think it's time that you stop spending money to generate images with AI. Today I'm going to show you 5 of the best image generators that you can use completely for free starting day. All of these generators are completely free to use, they have specific daily limits, and you can find the list along with the links for them inside my free school community. Go to the first link down below in the description, join the community and go to the classroom tab. Then you go to the course that says Master Image Generators, and on the free list you go to free AI image generator list. The first one is ChatGPT. Allows you up to 5 free images generated every single day. So let's start with the first image that we're going to generate, which is going to be a cozy isometric office scene. And just so that you don't make the mistake I just did, you want to click the plus sign and click create an image. Then ask ChatGPT to generate the image for you. I have 2 more other prompts that we will be testing out today across multiple tools to see which ones works better. The second AI image generator that I absolutely love is inside Google AI Studio that gives you about 100 images requests per single day. Google provides you with Nano Banana that is also able to edit your images, as well as Imagen 4 and Imagen 4 Ultra. And all of these are completely for free. So let's try out Imagen 4 Ultra with this first prompt. One of the things I want to note is that ChatGPT right now is taking so much time to generate these images, especially if you are on the free plan, which you most probably are if you are watching this video. However, Google AI Studio is a lot faster, and here is the response. A very nice office, cozy, and exactly what we expected it to do. The great thing about Google's solution is that you can have also the fast model, which probably is not going to be as good as the, Ultra model or Nano Banana, and we can see here that there is quite a little bit of difference. However, the response, at least in this specific query, is not significantly worse. And if we want to switch to Nano Banana, we have to open up a new window. So this is the scene that was generated by ChatGPT. This doesn't look bad, this looks kind of good, different style though, and not very close to what I initially expected. Let's try one more prompt across ChatGPT and Nano Banana. So this is the image from Nano Banana. I kind of like it, feels very nice. I see a little bit of hallucinations going on. So for Nano Banana, I always try and have always a new chat, because this is an editing model, so it looks at the general context and we don't want to, make something look bad. So this is a hyper realistic digital image of a cat, and that looks very nice, very realistic. Of course, it has a watermark, which you would like to remove if you're interested in using, Google's AI Studio generation. Also, it tells us that if we want our images faster, well, we'll have to go the premium version. So this is the image from GPT response, and this is the image from Nano Banana. I kind of think that the image generation from ChatGPT is old and outdated. It doesn't look bad, but I really like the lighting and the generation quality of Google's model a lot better at this point. Especially if you're interested in speed, well, Google's models are literally the best in my opinion in this case. And you have a lot more generations, like we have 100 per day compared to 5 from ChatGPT. So with no further ado, we skip ChatGPT. And this is what Imagen 4 Ultra generated, actually just Imagen 4. If we go with the Ultra version, hopefully we're going to see even better results, because this is not at all what we wanted to be generated. We wanted a hyper-realistic digital image of a kitten. And this is Imagen 4 Ultra. So we see here that it lacks realism. It doesn't follow the realism we want. So if you want pretty realistic images, maybe you need to go with Nano Banana in this case. Now, the next platform that we are going to be covering is Recraft. This is one of my favorite ones because you can invite people and get even more requests per day. But by default, you get about 15 images every single day. And already with just these 3 platforms, we have about 120 images using AI per day completely for free. This is pretty insane. So let's try Recraft. We click image. You can also select different versions of the model of Recraft. I always go with Recraft v3 Raw because I think that's the best solution. One of the issues with Recraft is that it doesn't allow you to create super large prompts. it doesn't adhere to them. So you might want to use another platform if you have super large prompts. So this is the first image that was generated. This is really close to what, GPT has generated. This is the super realistic cat. I gotta say, this is not perfectly realistic. It gives you also two variations. And there is also this photorealism model from Recraft that allows you to do even more realistic images. So let's also try that out. We have this option, so why not? And yeah, this is a lot more of a realistic image. I really don't like how the eyes are. I think also this model is kind of outdated. It was created like a year ago, but hopefully we are going to have a new Recraft model very, very soon. So yeah, you can also use Recraft, especially if you want some fast prompt optimization and just to test out the response before you move on. But for me, right now, Imagen for Ultra and Nano Banana are still the winners. So we can leave Recraft out of the picture. The next one I want to cover is one of the OGs of image generation, which is Leonardo AI. It allows you about 15 images generated per day completely for free. You go here and click Image, and what I like here is that you can select through a variety of model. You can also select Nano Banana in this case, but for our demonstrations, I'm going to use the Lucid Origin model. I'm going to start with a hyper-realistic image of the cat. However, the only issue is that it's going to generate 4 variations of the same prompt. So the images you generate, you are kind of restricted in 3 different prompts. However, I really like the response. This looks very nice. Not perfectly realistic, but I kind of like it. Also, you can click on style and generate a different kind of style for your image, which I think is super nice and super important. Let's also try an image with a woman. That would be very interesting. I'm going to go ahead also and use it with Imagen for Ultra. So let's see the responses that we get from the models. That would be interesting. So here we see an image of a woman. That looks very nice, very clean. It doesn't, again, look perfectly realistic, which is an issue within general image generators. You need some kind of specialized image generators to get this fully realistic image, because everything else would be like a model with a lot of makeup and a lot of strange tone and strange skin. So let's also try Nano Banana with this prompt. That would be interesting to see, if the model can generate something better than Imagen for Ultra. And I think that in general, Nano Banana is able to generate images better than Imagen for Ultra. So if you have the option to use Nano Banana, I would highly suggest that you do so. But Leonardo AI is not bad at all. I really like it. I mean, it's good, it's clean. So let's try also this cozy isometric office inside Leonardo, just to get a little bit of a comparison. And I'm going also to change the dimension of the resolution and click Generate. It says we're out of tokens. I know, bro, but it's fine. So let's see what Leonardo generates in this case. So that's what Leonardo generates. Looks very nice, very clean. We get also multiple variations, multiple styles of what is generated, so we can pick and choose. So I kind of like it. I mean, it's a good option. It's another free solid image generator. Finally, we have another free image generator from Grock, and specifically through the function that's called Grock Imagine. So Grock Imagine, you log in, you click on this Imagine tab over here, and you can put the prompt. The great things about Grock Imagine is that with a single click, you can go ahead and take the image that was generated and turn it into a video. So I think that in general is very powerful, and also Grock Imagine gives you a lot of variations of what you want to generate. This is a completely different style from what we've seen previously, like the style here is completely different, but as you scroll down you get even more variations of the model, and I think this is very nice. Like, this is a functionality that I absolutely love. And yeah, as you scroll you can see variations of the prompt, and then you can find even more variations, and you can go down this rabbit hole and get like insanely amazing variations of what you want to generate. So I think this is incredibly powerful as a feature, especially for content creators. Now, one of the things that I should note about Grock is that it's not good at generating highly realistic images until now. So if you want to create highly realistic images, I would avoid using Grock. Even though these images look good, I gotta say, this is not a perfect generation, not by a mile. But given that they generate so many variations, you might actually find an image that you like in most cases. Again, skipping the realistic part. So let's try to generate the final response from Grock just to get a little bit of a comparison with Nano Banana and the other models we have tested out up till now. So this is the image of the woman. I gotta say, it did a really good job with the image of a woman. I think this response and this result is very, very solid. And to be completely fair with Grock, it might feel that it hasn't generated a lot of images. However, with all of the variations that it has generated, I think it's kind of solid. Now, someone will ask, okay, you say here on Grock that it has 120 images a day. Well, you can generate about, if I'm not mistaken, about 10 images per 2 hours. So aggregated in a single day, this is about 120 images. But you already seen how we were able to put 3 different prompts across all of these generators, get variations of what we want to generate completely for free. So for a normal person, or even a person that is creating an image a day, you can iterate over all of these tools completely for free and get the response you want. So make sure to test them out, give them a try, and let me know what you believe about them down below in the comments. Also, if you want to learn more about AI image generation, hop in my free school community to get the prompts as well as the image generator list. It's completely free, guys. You have nothing to waste, just 2 clicks and 1 minute of your time. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.